that too many people, through love and caring, enable people to continue by bailing them out, giving them a place to stay. My dad got on the phone and started calling people and said, don't let him stay in your house, don't give him any money. We're at a junction now where he's either going to die in addiction or he's at a rock bottom and he's going to turn it around. I'm praying before bed. This is, my girlfriend's in the bed next to me, my kids are in the room next, and I prayed that I wouldn't wake up, and then I had this amazing dream that my life was amazing, and I woke up and it took about 30 seconds to kick in that my life was how it was, and I just remember just everything come crashing down.
Hi, hello, welcome to Crying in the DMs. This is the first episode of my new show, Crying in the DMs, where I listen to you cry in my direct messages. It's been amazing so far. Everybody on social media has really been buzzing for this, so I feel so lucky and so proud of how far this journey has come, to the point where now I am in a position to have a show. Thank you very much. Don't forget, though, I haven't forgotten my roots and utilised social media last night to find the guest for today's show, as unfortunately the lady that was meant to be joining me had to cancel due to personal circumstance 24 hours before. But as I say, everything always happens for a reason, and today, sat in the studio with me, I have a gentleman called Mark, who actually only lives 25 minutes away from me. You, Mark. Mark is phenomenal. I don't know if you want to say a little bit about yourself, Mark.
So I'm Mark. I'm a recovering alcoholic addict. I'm also a registered dietitian. Father of 4.
Ooh.
Partner of 15 years. And yeah, that's the
long and short of it. That's who Mark is at the moment.
Yeah.
What Mark is actually being very, very humble. What Mark is an absolute icon, if you ask me. Mark actually is self-learning right now about women's problems.
Yeah, so yeah, got a daughter, turned 12, realised in conversation with my partner that she's coming to obviously
the period
time.
And
then I realised that I knew absolutely nothing about that topic at all. And then I spoke to my missus, and she said that she knows pretty much nothing about it as far as...
It's weird, isn't it? You got a vag, but you know nothing about it.
Yeah. So I'm into health. I'm into helping people. Obviously, having a partner, having 2 daughters, I thought what better time than to look into it, expand my knowledge, and hopefully be able to help my daughter along the way. So I bought a book called The Fifth Vital Sign about the menstrual cycle, and yeah, cracked on.
How phenomenal is that? You know, when you think, who am I going to meet today? Who am I going to interview? And 24 hours before your podcast is meant to go out, somebody drops out and you have to find someone new. And you find a guy that fits every single box that you wanted ticking to a T, plus some. Like, I was like, you know what? I want someone with a real story. I want someone with a real struggle. I want someone who's come out the top. And I want someone who might understand a female perspective. So, because today is all about looking into the female perspective. Or not all episodes will be like this, by the way. You can stop crying, boys. But this particular episode, I wanted to go into some of the DMs that were sent from ladies that were having a really, really difficult time and didn't understand the male point of view for the things that they're really that occurred. And then you come and you're like, yeah, I've been an addict. I've been through 12-step programs. I've rebuilt my life up. And by the way, I'm learning about the fanny. Fantastic. Couldn't ask for better. You are the Easter egg I didn't know I needed. So yeah, I want to ask Mark a couple of questions. I hope you don't mind.
No, go ahead.
It's sort of why we're here. So first thing I want to ask, and a lot of people that interview people that have been through addiction, they always tend to ask about the addiction, right? But what I always find most fascinating and most humbling for a lot of people to hear about is before the addiction.
Yeah.
Like, what was your life like before you jumped to addiction?
So, it's a great question. I didn't find out a lot of this stuff until maybe a year or 2 into getting sober. And from relating with other alcoholics, addicts who were in recovery, listening to their stories, started unlocking a lot of information about myself that I didn't know. But like anything in life, you're going to learn more about what you're going through by relating with someone who's 100%. Gone through that yourself. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Not everything can be explained in textbooks by intellects.
No.
There has to be people who've gone
Humans
through
are
it.
books, aren't we? Humans are books. We learn from each other.
Exactly. So what I found is that even though when I first went into recovery, I believed that I was a very confident, thought I was hard as nails, thought I was amazingly good looking. All these things I'd built up in my own head.
Yeah.
Today I realised it was my ego driven by fear. So as a child, and this is one thing that I'd never really associated it to me addiction and how I ended up where I did, was every time I went to bed from as far back as I can remember, which might have been like 6 or 7, once I put my head on the pillow, it was fear. What happens when I die? That blackness. Where am I going? And I would literally get all panicked like I'd just seen a ghost. That's every night. I was a nervous child, always pulling my face. Listen, come from a loving family. No problems. Got everything I needed. Do you know what I mean? Maybe not everything I wanted, but everything I needed.
Baseline coverage.
Yeah. But I had that fear of death and what's going to happen when I go. And that kind of put a lot of pressure on my childhood. So I would need to watch TV until I fell asleep because I couldn't lie there with my own thoughts.
You need a stimulant at all times.
And because my mum, like I had to get kind of fancy with me ability to stay up and watch telly without my mum knowing. So what I would do is I had the extension lead in the wall, so it was literally hanging on. It was enough to let the electricity go through.
Yeah.
I had t-shirts underneath it, and I had the wire. So when I heard my mum coming up, I would pull the thing out. The plug would fall onto the t-shirts, and then the telly would be off.
A proper kaplonk thing going on.
Yeah. But I needed distractions because I couldn't live within myself.
That's it. A lot of people think addiction is substance, but it's not. Addiction is anything that allows you to distance yourself from yourself. You know,
of course.
The addiction, it's not just coke or it's not just alcohol. Addiction's people too. You know,
Yeah.
Before you're addicted to any substance, every single person that's ever been addicted to a substance, I believe, in my professional and personal experience, you're addicted to people pleasing first, and and it starts really young, doesn't it? It starts with not wanting to wake everyone up, and you've got a tummy ache. And instead of waking everyone up, you go and you just sit and you rock, or you do something, you self-soothe in some way that makes you make everyone else's life a bit easier at your own detriment. And that is sort of where the ball can roll. And obviously not everyone that people pleases becomes an addict. So they think. But isn't being addicted to pleasing people also an addiction?
Yeah.
Just because you're not running around with snow on your nose doesn't mean you're not an addict of something in some way, shape or form. I have ladies that are clients that I think it'll be really important for you to talk about the health side of in a sec. But I have ladies that come to me and they're like, I don't know why I'm coming to you. I'm not an addict. But by the way, I've spent all this money on my fella and I work every single hour that God sends and I can't say no to extra shifts. And I'm like, bro, you are addicted to pleasing people. Yeah. And when you're addicted to pleasing people, you make yourself so depressed. And then, of course, 9 times out of 10, you need to pick me up.
Yeah.
So then that's when you go to the drink, the alcohol, the drink, the alcohol. It's where you go to. It's when you go to the alcohol, when you go to the substance. And sometimes, for some people, you find addictions in other people. You find yourself addicted to nothing's ever good enough. That's when people start, sex addictions, shit like that. It's real. But yeah, what would you say the turning point was for you when you went, shit, this is not recreational anymore?
I don't know, because so what was the turning point? I'm not sure. All I can tell. So at the very end of mine, I remember in a kitchen where I had the electricity rigged. I had no gas. My mum was just now and again dropping a bit of food off at the back door because I wouldn't answer no one. She had to take my dog because my dog was starting to starve and go skinny.
Oh, mate.
But while I was there, I remember I had stuff that I was trying to get rid of to make some money so I could keep mine going, but that never worked. So I would sniff it all. And I remember one time...
Don't get high off your own supply.
Yeah, exactly. So I knew it was killing me, the drink and the drugs. I knew it was killing me and I had no way out. But a scarier thought was not being able to drink or drug. I had a terrible fear of dying. I didn't want to die. I knew this was killing me. But coming away from that was an even scarier thought.
Yeah.
And to be honest, if everybody in my life didn't cut me off, I would be dead now. And there's no doubt about that.
100%.
And I think one of the things I've noticed is that too many people, through love and caring, enable people to continue by bailing them out, giving them a place to stay. My dad got on the phone and started calling people and said, don't let him stay in your house. Don't give him any money. We're at a junction now where he's either going to die in addiction or he's at a rock bottom and he's going to turn it around.
Yeah.
And luckily,
Dad took a chance on you in the harshest way possible, and I'm sure at the time it felt like, Dad, what are you doing, bro? But Dad took a chance on you. Dad literally said, "This is my boy. I know who he is. I know what's inside him. He's about to get back up.
Yeah.
Nobody give him the step ladder.
Yeah.
Let him climb himself."
Yeah.
Oh, what a dad! What a dad!
He was 28 years sober himself not long ago. So he works in it. He has he's a partner in a company that does drink and drug prevention worldwide. Doing private schools and stuff, going in and just doing talks and that. So. Yeah, coming from obviously a bit of knowledge and experience, a bit experience
what a
himself.
phenomenal man.
Yeah,
I think it's really important what you said, where people they don't realise they're enabling, and they don't. That's the thing. 9 times out of 10, when you have a person you love and they're killing themselves, either drink, drugs, even in a way of people pleasing as well. You know, whatever the addiction is that's taking them outside the self. Yeah. You don't want them to hurt. Yeah. Your first thought is, I do not want you to feel pain. Yeah. You know, it's evolutionary. Yeah. If someone's in our clique, we want to protect them, but there's a massive difference, isn't there, between supporting someone and enabling them. Yeah. You only can support someone if they're aware of their behaviour and if they are taking responsibility. If not, you are enabling them to continue that without any recognition. Oh.
Yeah, well, I think when it comes to, when you get to that end stage, the family and friends, the partners, the children, they suffer more than the alcoholic or the addict does, because they're the ones who are watching from outside. They're helpless. They want to do everything they can to help you, but you don't care. No. You know what I mean? I remember my partner, listen, she never touched a substance in her life. She goes out, she'll start getting ready at 11, go out at 7, she'll be back at 11. Makes no sense to me, even today. As an advocate of people going into recovery, makes no sense to me. But anyway, she's
got a good life at home. She's only going out for a little break. She's coming back.
Well, she goes out 3 times a year max. But this is what the kind of emotional blackmailing. I remember, so all 3, I've got 4 now, but at the time, 3 kids, all birthdays are in November. November time. My partner's working in a garage behind a desk, just trying to make a bit of money to keep going. I'm blowing everything. I went in there begging her, saying, listen, I need that payment you've had from work so I can get this stuff to make some money, I promise. And I can see in her eyes, she wants to help me, but she knows she's not getting it back. But she loves me so much, she doesn't want to say no, and she give me it. Now, was I lying, saying I was going to give it back? No, I 100% believed that she was going to get it. But hey, hindsight, she was never getting that money back. Do you know what I mean?
No. And she gave it to you knowing that as well.
She gave it to me knowing it. Yeah. And that's kind of the struggles we do. And
hope is one hell of a drug, brother. Give me methamphetamine over hope any day.
Exactly. And there's nobody who's better at lying and convincing people than alcoholics and addicts.
You're telling me. You're telling me. I was an absolute gobshite.
Yeah.
Bad though. Like, I'd go around and I'd be the most dramatic person in the world. I remember crying at should I say this on a podcast? I remember crying just outside a train station. I was working like 16-hour days, not to take the piss. I was working in a call centre during the day. I was working in a nightclub at night. I was doing anything I could do just to get a bit of money because I had spent everything that I had. And but also I was pretending I was some sort of millionaire to everyone. You know how it is. You're the boss man, right? You've got all this. You've got bags on bags on bags on bags, racks, a fake Rollie, Louis Vuitton bag from China. You've got it all, and you are quite literally a slumdog millionaire at that point. But you're just a scumbag millionaire instead. And so you can't tell anyone you're skint, because you need them to think you've got money to go out with you. Because half the time you're also paying for your mates to go out, right? That's why they enable you, because you're going, come out with me. Yeah. I'll get it. Don't worry. I've had a big payday. You've had no payday. You've had to ring the payday loan place. Yeah. And you've now maxed out all the payday loans. No one else will give it to you. And now you're ringing your mum. Yeah. Anyway, I was sat outside a train station. I was crying my eyes out. I was just sat there. I must have looked an absolute scruff. And this woman said to me, oh, you can't sit there, love. You can't sit there. I was looked up at her and I thought, fuck off, mate. It's pissing down with rain. And then 2 of the train conductor people, not conductors, the train people, the ones that wear the yellow and black shit, don't know what they are, came out and went, love, we can't do this in front of her. You can't do this in front of her. You're going to have to move. And I realised, oh my God, they think I'm a beggar. Oh my God, I look that heavy that they think I'm a beggar. Yeah. So I was like, oh, but then in my head I thought, they think I'm a beggar. Yeah. That means I can get some money off people. Yeah. And I really was going to go and sit there and just pretend, just to get some money to go and get a bag on the way home, or to go and get a drink on the way home, whatever I was going to go and get on the way home. Yeah. And I had to actually have a good little think to myself and think, Sara, even for you, come on. Yeah. You know, even for you, that's pretty immoral, that, mate. You can't go and pretend that you're homeless to get some money. Get on the train. Yeah. I had to walk past them all going in. It was St. John's. I had to walk past them all. Not St. John's. What's that train? It's not the main. It's not Lime Street. St James, I think it is. I had to literally walk past them all and go to get on the train as well. Yeah. And I was like, sat on the train thinking, do I stink? And I probably did. But yeah, no, it makes you violently desperate.
Yeah.
And you'll do anything to get it. Like, I would nick out of my mum's drawers. I would get pliers and nick out the piggy bank. Yeah. I'd rob off me fella. Yeah. And then, I mean, which I got my karma, because then I found another crackhead to rob off me. Yeah. It comes back around, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Well, I remember I went to my ex-fella's house for Christmas, and he had a big posh house, and his mum had left 30 quid on the side for the dog walker, and I just robbed it. Yeah. Bye.
Yeah.
Swipe or no swiping. Yeah. And you look back and you think, wow, what was wrong? But there was everything wrong.
Same thing happened with me. Broke into somewhere, I won't say where, with a lad from Speak. We only got like 160 quid. It was 80 quid left, but I thought that's a little baggy. I fell asleep and woke up and he was gone. Didn't see him again. So done a little robbery with someone, like obviously a minimal one. This is at me when I'm.
All of this is for entertainment purposes only. Carry on.
Yeah. Yeah. Fell asleep, woke up, and the person I'd robbed robbed me. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, that's it, isn't it? You get the instant karma. I was with a guy for years, amazing bloke. Chatted the most shit at him in the entire world. He probably watches my shit now and thinks, who is this?
Yeah.
Literally, who is this? But I was not right. I was always drunk. Yeah. Always drunk from the morning to the evening, to the point where people didn't even know I was drunk. Yeah. Because I was drunk all the time. It was just my personality. I'm just a bit loopy.
Course,
I mean, but I was actually just a massive raging pisshead. Yeah. And then after him, got with someone that absolutely rinsed me. Yeah. And I thought, wow. But the thing is, you do convince yourself it's your karma. Yeah. You know, you convince yourself when something bad happens, this is karma. And it's not really, is it? You're predetermined to then, after you know you've done something wrong, to choose people that you believe are going to punish you. And it's subconscious. Of course, it's like when you're an addict, you know yourself, you choose dickheads around you. Yeah. Dickheads. And you convince yourself that they are your best mates and they've got every best intention for you. But you are just punishing yourself on top of punishing yourself. Yeah. Because they are just you are just dickheads. Like, no, but do you know what I mean? So, you know, what was your support system like when you were an addict? What was the support system?
While I was using?
Yeah.
As in family and stuff?
No, as in friends. What were your friends like when you were an addict?
So, I'm sure you'll agree with this. I think what you normally find is everyone has their own group of people. Yeah. And as we get older, people start to smarten up a bit. Yeah. And there's always one person lagging behind.
There is.
Who just keeps on going.
They do.
Yeah. Me. Yeah, so, listen, my friends who I call my best friends are still my best friends, but they had families, they had partners, they could see where I was going, they tried helping me.
They can't.
They paid some bills, but hey, how many bills can you pay before it's a joke?
Yeah,
and then it got to the point where, look, I was borrowing. One of my friends, Sean, he's about 6'7". And I was borrowing clothes off him. So I was borrowing shorts off him that looked like 3/4 pants on me.
Oh my God, you're running around like you're about to play basketball.
Yeah. Hey, I remember, and I heard this from someone else talking. There was a time period I got a short rent for 6 months before I didn't pay the rent, so I got kicked out. Yeah. I think I had a shower the first day I moved in, and I didn't have another one while I was in there. Yeah. While I'm out and stuff and that. But once my support system, my friends were like, listen, we're here if you need me. I'm not giving you no money, not giving you a place to stay anymore. Then I found new ones. Yeah. Some of the places because I was in hiding. People after me owed people money, sitting in houses that were just like...
No floor. No floor. No windows. Bin on the window.
Original wallpaper from 1970.
Yeah. All that little telly. Oh, you know what? Every house, every single crack house has this. Yeah. The London picture on the wall. Yeah. The picture of the London telephone box in red, and then the black and white London behind it. Yeah. As you see that picture, it's a bad night.
And similar to yourself, I'd imagine I was the kind of person that if I had any money to even get a pint, I can go to a pub and I can find something to latch on to. You know what I mean? Not a problem. Yeah. So I just ended up, I no longer had any friends. I had acquaintances that were helping me to continue partying, drinking.
Enabling
me, yeah. So, but now look, my original friends back in my life,
they come back.
Those people who associate, if I see them, I say hello to. But I went down to have a bottle of water with one of my PT clients New Year's Eve, and I went in there, same people from years ago in there doing the same, and that's all right for them. Listen, that's their choice, but nothing's changed. Yeah.
They're stuck frozen in time, aren't they?
Yeah.
I find that a lot. Like when I was the worst version of me, I had so many friends.
Yeah.
I was so many friends,
Yeah.
right? But I don't think any of them were actually friends. And my actual friends, I remember one of my best friends. She was having a baby.
Yeah.
She was pregnant at the time. And I was actually getting better. Well, I wasn't the best I could be, but I was getting better. I wasn't drinking like every day. Recreational, I was just going to the pub, that sort of thing. One of my best mates was pregnant, and I was still quite chaotic every week. It was like, everything's against me. The world is against me. There's someone that's out to get me all the
Or
time.
me.
And she randomly blocked me 2 days before a baby shower.
Yeah.
And I was going skits. I was like, why have you blocked me, you fucking rat? Ah! Screaming at her. And she didn't tell me. She just kept me blocked.
Yeah.
It's like, I didn't want to speak to you. And then 2 years later, we reconnected, or a year and a half-ish later, we reconnected. I said to her, why the fuck did you block me? She said, you might have been sober, but you were an absolute cannon waiting to explode.
Yeah.
Like, every single thing that wasn't going your way was so personal to you, and you don't even realise you were attacking everybody for that. You were going mad at everyone.
Yeah.
And she said, I didn't even remember saying this, but I bet I did. She said, I told you about my baby shower, and the first thing you said to me was, do I have to pay to come? Why would I say that? Right? I must have been having a bad day, in a bad mood. And because obviously I'd given everything to everyone for years, people pleasing, I started just projecting it on people that never wanted anything from me and be like, oh, I suppose I've got to pay. Shit like that. And she was like, I just didn't want you there.
Yeah.
It's like, you were going to ruin my kid's baby shower purely just by being you, and I didn't want you there. And now we're thick as thieves. Yeah. Like she said to me, I never left you because I didn't love you.
Yeah.
I left you because I couldn't like you. As much as I tried, couldn't like you. Yeah. And you didn't even like you dickhead. So how did you expect me to stay around?
Exactly.
And she's right. And I had friends that I dropped for years, and I made friends that were just what?
Yeah.
And like, especially even if you're not drinking and you're not doing substance every day, but you're in like a people pleasing addiction pattern, you're going to attract people that are going to rinse you. Yeah. They're going to rinse you. I was literally paying for mates. Yeah. Like rent a mate, and they weren't even nice people. Yeah. I was renting shit mates, budget mates, Poundland friendships. Yeah. And then that was it. Got rid of them, and I actually got a text off one yesterday. Yeah. Weirdly enough, got a text off one yesterday. Chatting some absolute bumhole. Randomly text me after like a year and a half of like blocking them. I wasn't speaking to them properly anyway before that, but like fully blocking them out. Text me some random shit to try and get back in. And you think, someone who's an energy leech, they will always try and find a way back in. And that's why I think people in that way inclined, they're really similar to addicts themselves. They're addicted to being in people's lives. They need to be in your business, all up in your grill, all this sort of stuff. It's sad, really, isn't it? Yeah. It's really sad. What would you say is the best thing, right, about being sober?
The best thing about being sober?
The best thing about being sober?
Now it's the removal of fear. But like you, Joe, because like go back on something you said then, because it's true. So for me personally, knowing how my mind works, like, and listen, I nearly messed my entire life up while in recovery. Do you know what I mean? Because
that's when you do it, isn't it?
Because do you know why? Because I didn't work on myself. Yeah. For me, I can't just put down drinking drugs and live a normal life because my brain is still around the bend.
Your brain's still fucked afterwards, isn't it?
This brain is still going 100 miles an hour. I still wants to be doing stuff I shouldn't be doing, quick money.
Yeah, but when the payday's not enough, you start thinking, how can I make some more dollars?
Exactly. So learning that, working on myself. And I think the main thing is that, look, I got myself into the position because I was always trying to people please, get attention, make money. I thought those things were going to make me happy. Yeah. And now when I've realised that you haven't, the best way for me, look, what's the best way to have a laugh, make someone else laugh? You want to feel good, make someone feel good. Yeah. So it's getting out of myself. So try and help other people, be of service. If someone asks me to do something and it's not to my own detriment, then do it.
That's key, isn't it? That it's not to your own detriment, so you don't become addicted. Yeah, so you don't become addicted to people pleasing instead.
And I think one of the best things that I've learned in recovery is learning to say no.
No.
Do you know what I mean? Now, I'm the kind of person that will do anything for anyone. But back in the day, I would say yes to doing 3 different things with 3 different people at the same time. And then that would cause me so much stress and anxiety.
You'd be so anxious. Then you're making up lies to get out of 2 of them.
Well, I'd end up in the pub drinking, so I didn't feel the anxiety. And then I didn't help anybody. So it went from being this amazing, great person who's going to help everyone to helping no one.
Literally, you're like, yes, I'll do that for you, and I'll do that for you, and
Yeah.
I'll do that for that. And then you turn your phone off,
Yeah.
and you just go and get 20 quid off someone else because
Yeah.
you've got to ring them to get the 20 quid.
Yeah.
Go to the pub, get pissed, turn your phone back on, and end up
Yeah.
ringing them for an argument anyway later on.
Yeah, exactly.
Because they didn't believe the lie you told them
Yeah.
to get out of going and do what you wanted to do for them. It's a mad cycle, isn't it?
Of course,
It
yeah.
is a mental cycle.
Yeah.
I think, but you are right though. It is the fear of not being enough
Yeah.
that makes you be way too much.
Of course, yeah.
It's ridiculous. I used to when I was younger, I used to say, I'm gonna be famous one day.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be famous, and everybody used to say, yeah, you will.
Yeah.
Go and be an actress. You're really good at lying. And I took it as a compliment.
Yeah.
I literally took it as a compliment because I
Yeah.
was that pissed all the time.
Yeah.
I remember I had a big argument with one of my mates growing up because I can't remember what it was. And he said to me, "You don't care anyway. You're Sara fucking McCarthy." I took that as a compliment.
Yeah.
I was like, "Yeah, you're right. I am."
Yeah.
And now here I go to go and rob my mother and drink 2 litres of Frosty Jacks in a graveyard.
Yeah.
Because I'm a boss.
£2 for 3 litres.
Yeah, it was. $1.99 back in the day for 3 litres, wasn't it? But you know what? I had a hack.
What's that?
I would put blackcurrant juice in the top of it. Yeah. And I would call it a cider and black.
Yeah. Not bad.
Yeah. That's the classier way to
course.
piss yourself on a field.
Yeah.
No, it is. It's mad because you go from, okay, I'm just getting drunk with my mates, to I'm just getting drunk with my mates and I'm bringing a Lucozade vodka into school.
Yeah.
So I'm just getting drunk with my mates and I'm bringing a Lucozade vodka into school, and now I'm in college and someone's introduced me to something else.
Yeah.
Okay, because a lot of my dad's mates, and my dad included, they would shift some stuff.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So before I was doing a GCSE, I could tell you how to make a bomb of speed before anyone goes and tells the CIA. You know what I mean? I could tell you how to roll a joint. You know, I could tell you exactly what G needs to be in what bag and whatnot for no reason. Like, there was no reason for me to know that. I couldn't even do Pythagoras theorem. I had to go to a fucking maths camp.
Yeah.
You know, and my mum was a fucking brilliant mum. Like, there was no reason why I couldn't have just stayed at my mum's house and be normal. Do you know what I mean? But being normal didn't make me very different, you know, and I wanted to be very different. I wanted to be the person that people were scared of because, like you, I had a lot of fear, you know? What if people know I'm insecure? What if people know I'm not this confident person? What if people know I probably would get twatted if they tried to twat? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So you put this big bullshit thing on so people know. So then I'm going around school going, yeah, if anyone wants, just let me know. Just let me know. I'm acting like I'm something fucking clever.
Yeah.
I'm going to the absolute rodents that, you know, most of which now, they're banged up themselves for doing really despicable shit. And that behaviour started in school. Do you know what I mean? And I'm meeting them from their schools after school, helping me dad out. Yeah. And then I get back and I'm like, oh, look, I've got this. Take it straight from me. Yeah. No, we've got to put the lecky on. Was the lecky put on? No, was it fuck? No. I remember going before school, there was a Rustler's burger in the freezer. In the freezer. Right? And I said, Dad, what the fuck am I meant to eat for school? And I was going to get something from Jack's shop. I've got a tick. I go to Jack's shop. Has he got a tick? At this point, he didn't even have a tick. Yeah. But the woman felt sorry for me. So she's like, just grab a butty out of the fridge. You're fine. And I thought, what the heck is going on? And then my mum was like, you need to move back to my house now because this is not normal. There's not a window in where the window should be, right? There's no bed sheets on the bed where you should be sleeping. And I've had reports, I don't know who was spying for my mum, but they were doing well. So I've had reports that there are men coming in and out of this house constantly, none of which seem to have a JOB. Get home, right? And I genuinely thought they were my family. I used to call them uncles. Like, literally, uncles. These people were not related to me. They were, in fact, people that were using my dad's money, my dad's house. You know, when you're older and you go to frat houses, what do you want to call them? I would call them crack dens, but we can't really do that on a podcast.
Yeah.
Gaffs.
Yeah, gaffs.
Yeah. When you're older and you go to gaffs, as soon as you sober up at like 3, 4 o'clock in the morning, you get this like sobering reality, don't you? And it's like, oh. And I remember being sat in one once, and I'm looking around, and there's the classic London picture on the, you know, the red telephone box, the black and white in the background. There's no flooring on the floor. There's a brown sofa. There's a table with a plate on it, and there's no food on that plate. Put it that way. Do you know what I mean? There's bottles absolutely everywhere. There's a person passed out. Pretty sure someone's being fingered in the kitchen because there's some mad noises going on from in there. And I look around and I'm like, God, this is the same layout as my dad's.
Yep.
And it was like that moment of, oh dear, it's not just the same layout.
Yep.
There's the same kind of people. They're dressed the same. They smell the same. They've got that little damp twinge.
Yep.
You know, where like either you haven't washed your clothes or you've took them out the wash too quick because you've only got 3 outfits and the rest doesn't fit you anymore.
Yeah.
So you're having to wear the same damn shit all the time. And there's that same look in everyone's eyes. I looked to my right, there's this fella called Mikey that was sat next to me. And I went, "You all right, Mikey?" And he went, "Living the dream." And I thought, no, you're not. No. None of us are. Actually, this is a fucking nightmare. Yeah. Got no money to get home. I actually don't know where my phone is at this point. So I'm looking around trying to... Someone could have nicked it.
Yeah.
And I wouldn't have noticed. And I also wouldn't have been able to replace it. So then I wouldn't have been able to get to work. So it would have been a ricochet, but I didn't give a shit about that because all I cared about was getting pissed in this house. And the fact that one of these fellas might fancy me at this gaff because he's a bad boy, obviously, because anyone that sells off an ounce of lemo a day is a bad boy. And I was more bothered about being there than I was being present. And then that's when I decided I'm not doing this anymore.
Yeah.
Not doing it, can't do it anymore. And then my dad died in the December. Heavy, yeah.
Very.
Yeah, and I was like, oh, wow, people die.
Yeah.
Mad, innit? You don't realise people die until they die.
No.
Did you ever get close to dying?
Well, I tried doing myself in once.
Pretty close then, yeah.
Yeah, pretty close in that. Yeah, do you know what? And I've not really told many people about this. Yeah, so what happened was I used to have like there was a cupboard and there'd be like a can of cider in there all the time.
Nice.
And I'd have like a little bag in there so I could go and have a little stripe in the morning. This is first thing in the morning.
It's like Harry Potter, innit?
Yeah, I'd have the baby in my arm, quick little stripe when I got up and that. Anyway, look, a few things had gone on, all my fault and that. But this is at the point where I couldn't get anything. I owed everyone money. People were after me. I was having to go into hide. And my missus was literally in the process of moving the stuff into her dad's house. Anyway, a blow up happened and I'd had enough. Now, before this, I was praying a lot of the times before I'd go to sleep that I wouldn't wake up because I didn't have the courage to take my own life, but I didn't want to be alive and I couldn't see any way out. And I would pray to God, please do not let me wake up.
Yeah.
Anyway, this one day when this blow up happened and I felt like I had the courage to do it, there was that standing knife that was in there I kept in case anyone ever come in my house. I grabbed and I thought this is going in my neck. And I grabbed it and because cider had spilt on it, it was all wedged and I couldn't get it open. And I just remember bursting out crying and then walked outside and got in my girlfriend's car and just cried my eyes out. And luckily, obviously, that was the only attempt. But
God bless, man.
Yeah, but, and again, I remember one time praying before bed. This is, my girlfriend's in the bed next to me. My kids are in the room next. And I prayed that I wouldn't wake up. And then I had this amazing dream that my life was amazing. And I woke up and it took about 30 seconds to kick in that my life was how it was. And I just remember just everything come crashing down.
That was your brain saving you, though.
Yeah.
So you're praying not to wake up.
Yeah.
And your brain's like, no, look, I want to show you how good it can get. I want to show you how good it does. It's literally you're rooting for yourself.
Of course.
I think a lot of addiction is rooting for yourself. You've got no choice but to root for yourself. Everybody stops rooting for you.
Yeah.
You know, and then as soon as you do well, then it's like, oh, we've always backed you.
Yeah.
We're rooting for the underdog.
Yeah.
No, you weren't. You were kicking the fucking underdog while the underdog was down.
I know. But when you sat down with that lad who said,
living the dream.
I'm living the dream. The amount of times I said that, but you know, when I think back and I was coming up off something, I was living the dream because that dream was not feeling how I normally feel.
You weren't in reality.
No.
So you were living a dream.
But you sat in a house that is an absolute mess.
Shithole.
Like you wouldn't bring...
Dog shit, cat shit, everywhere.
Do you know what I mean? But because you don't feel how you normally feel sober.
That's it.
It is amazing. But it's destructive and it's killing you.
It's not doing the right thing. It's great for like that small period of time. And then you wake up and you're sat at someone's mum's table.
Yeah.
And it's always someone's mum who's got a push-up bra on. She's sat there, all her lips are done. She's talking to all the young lads in the kitchen and she's giving you life advice on, you know, don't let yourself be used, babes.
Yeah.
And I'm looking at her thinking, is that lemo on your lip? Don't let yourself be used.
Yeah.
Don't let these boys do this. I'm thinking it's your son that's brought me here.
Yeah.
I mean, it's mad, isn't it? The sobering realizations are, you've got to help yourself.
Of course.
People are going to kick the underdog until the underdog becomes a lion.
Yeah.
And then they're going to want to scrap him to prove that he's a lion.
Yeah.
So you've got to get through so many different layers before you get to the part where you're actually doing okay.
Yeah.
And even then, your brain's still going to be a bit fucked. I wake up some days, I cry, don't I, sometimes, and I'll literally sit there in bed and I'll go, I don't know why I want it. And because it'll have been like 18 months since I've even thought about anything. And then I'll wake up one morning and I'll be like, there's no reason for it logically. Yeah. There'll be a chemical shift in some way, shape or form that's happened. Either I've had like a week of build-up stress and the amygdala would have gone a bit weird. Do you know what I mean? And then next thing you know, me hippocampus doesn't realise it's in 2026 and it's like, I think we should go out.
Yeah.
And I'll wake up with my kids next to me
Yeah.
and a brew brought in and I'll be like that, I need to go out. Yeah. And they're like, no, you're not going out. There's absolutely no way you're going out because I know that look in your eyes. I know what that is. And I'll have to like play Monopoly or like, the weirdest thing I've done, right, is drink boiling hot water.
Yeah.
You ever done that?
No.
So when I get like a weird craving to do something really weird and strange, I will start drinking boiling hot water while I run my wrist under a cold tap. Gone.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, gone. Right? You sip it like, and I don't recommend anyone do this, by the way, because it does. But I will literally sip. It's hot water, like hot, like you've just boiled the kettle, and I'll start sipping it, but only a little tiny bit so it burns my lip, and put my wrist under the cold water, and it's gone.
Yeah.
But then it also works without burning your lip. But now, just because I burn my lip, that's how I do it now. Yeah. That's why I've got all chapped lips because they're licking the kettle. Right, but I think it's really, really important to address when you get out the other side. Yeah. When you finally get out of the shit show that is addiction of any way, shape, or form. Yeah. What do you think is the most the funniest thing you look back on?
Funniest thing?
People don't talk about the funny bits. They want to make it like, you want to demonize the whole thing. Yeah. What is the funniest thing that you look back on through addiction?
I think, do you know what? When you're saying when we look back on it, I think what gets left out is that most of my drinking and drugging was in bad times.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. We want to let's actually not demonize it and be like, that was awful. Yeah. Shouldn't have done it. But here's me bloopers.
It was so it was just that. Like the guy who helps me, like guy I call for like support, me sponsor, he says to me, everything's drinking and whatever was fine until it turned gangster on him. Do you know what I mean? And it was probably only a year, 18-month period that turned gangster on me, and the rest of it was just again
it's lifestyle.
Yeah, you're going out, normal lads. You're going out, having a laugh, going to Abersock, staying in the caravans, going to Wakestock Festival, going Creamfields.
You're climbing Mole Famo on the weekends. You must be fine.
Exactly. But like I said, it's one of those, isn't it? Look, as everyone starts calming down, you want to keep on pushing.
Yeah, the body don't stop.
Yeah, you don't want to be tapering off. You want to keep going. Do you know what I mean? So, but yeah, listen, I can't pimp. A lot of it was enjoyable. Do you know what I mean? I enjoyed a lot of me partying days with my friends. A lot of good memories. I'd be fair, all those kind of things. But listen, it's one of those. My best friend said to me when we went to his birthday, Mark, please do not take anything or start drinking till later so we can go off for my birthday. I didn't make it outside the hotel room. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? Because I just throwing everything in me and then I was passed out. Yeah. And I had this habit of that once I got to that position, I'd always want to be naked. So I was naked, crawling around rooms, spewing, crawling around in my own sick. And everyone would be like, just leave him to it. Do you know what I mean? So,
yeah. See, that's the shit that, people go, oh, I hit rock bottom. And they want to talk about rock bottom, right? Yeah. But rock bottom doesn't always feel like rock bottom. Rock bottom feels like, oh, God, it's just Mark being a bugger again, right? That's it.
Well, that was just common thing, innit? And then, like you said, you thrive off it. Like,
you love it.
We went to Dublin one day for a day out. And at the taxi, I just remember I got out and my friends were like, where's Mark going? And then my other mate was like, just leave him. I end up in a police station sitting off trying to get back. I got trying to find a way home. Because my family's from Galway and we're in Dublin, the opposite side of the country, I was trying to call my grand's house to get a taxi there because I was just completely out of it. Yeah. And then I got to the airport, had the people at the airport call my girlfriend in England to say that I'd missed my flight. And she was like, he hasn't missed his flight. He only got there today. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. I was completely out of it. Now, hey, it's a good story to look back on. The lads laugh and joke at it. But that was just a build-up towards my breaking point. Do you know what I mean?
I get it. But people get so used to you being this reprobate that they just leave you to it.
Yeah.
I used to get it all the time. We'd go on a night out and my mates would be like, I'll just leave her. Just leave her. Right? And I'd go out with like 5-6 people. By the end of the night, I have recruited new friends. Yeah. They know nothing about me because I have lied to them all for the entire evening. So they know absolutely nothing about me. I'll have told one of them I'm on OnlyFans. I'll have told the other one I'm a fucking brain surgeon, And then whichever friend I think might have the most supplies, I will gravitate home with them.
Of course.
Right? I remember once I had like a 3-story thing in Chester. And me and my mate at the time, we pre-decided our lies before we went out and got smashed.
Yeah.
So she was going to be a porn star and I was going to be a lawyer.
Yeah.
on this particular evening, that's what we were going to do. We got out, we met these two lads, and we brought them back to ours. And because we were so smashed at the end of the night, we'd forgotten our whole lies. So we were just back to being ourselves again with these two confused, equally as delinquent people. And because we couldn't think of anything else to do with them, we forced them to do a Ouija board and then buy us some food. With that smash, nothing made sense that whole evening. You know, when you look back and you go, what the fuck was that?
Yeah.
Right, you started the evening with your mate, you got all dressed up, you had similar outfits on, because that's what we like to do as girlies sometimes, you know. We need to be twins, but not exactly the same, cousins, if you will. And then you've gone out, you found two unsuspecting delinquents, brought them back to your house, now you force them to do a Ouija board.
Yeah.
That's not a normal day.
No.
And then you wake up the next morning and you get annoyed when they say, hi, please delete my number. That was bizarre. Like other nights, my mate, one of my best mates is from New Zealand. She comes over once a year, right?
Yeah.
And I like to take her to new places. And now, last time she came over, we went to Liverpool and she really enjoyed that. And like the time before that, we went to some weird manor house. Anyway, we like to go to random places. And when she comes over, she used to literally say to me before we went out, please don't drink, please don't drink, please don't drink. Like before we went to like, you know, when we're sat having food, she'd be like, please don't drink. Let's get soft drinks with this. Because she knew I would order, obviously because I'm a billionaire, I would order a bottle of champagne with dinner and then another one. And I'd be champagne smashed before we've even got to the clubs. Then when we get to the clubs, I'm screaming, don't you know who I am? No one fucking knows who you are. I mean, I'm trying to buy a VIP booth at 8:15. No one's even in the club.
No.
But I want it there. And then I'm acting like fucking Talisa. I mean, I'm going around these, going around the boss men with the flat caps and that are sat in there, and they've got the bottle of Grey Goose, and they're just all staring at the rest of the club. And I'm there gyrating on them like I'm part of N-Dubs, and they're like, "Will you go away, you middle-aged weirdo?" But yeah, it's mad, isn't it? And people just leave it to it.
Yeah,
they're just like, it's just Sara. She's being weird.
What's the expression? Champagne lifestyle on lemonade money.
Yeah, literally. That was what I was doing for years. Champagne lifestyle, lemonade money.
Snap.
It was bad. It's bad though. It's embarrassing though, isn't it? Back in your and you're in loads of debt, but you've got loads and loads of fake Rolexes. It is bad, isn't it? You're in debt, but you've got a fake Rolex. Yeah. Everyone thinks you've got bare money, so everyone's asking you for money. Yeah. And before you know it, you even believe it yourself, don't you?
Yeah.
Like, oh, yeah. Because you like people going, oh, it's just sorry. Oh, yeah, she's stacked.
Yeah.
No, she's fucked, actually. Lend me a $5, please, I beg you. It's mad, isn't it? Because you get so addicted to the lifestyle, addicted to what comes with the lifestyle, and then you get addicted to lying about the lifestyle. I literally went through university telling everybody, I'm a CEO of a massive company. I'm CEO of a massive company. And like, I'm probably the youngest CEO in the UK, actually. It could never just be doing well. Do you know what I mean? I had to be the fucking best at this that you've ever seen, right? No, I'm not just a sales agent in a company in Liverpool. I'm actually the director, the youngest UK director of selling fucking Sky equipment. Do you know what I mean? Like, you best believe it, because that is who I am. And if you don't believe me, I will 1000% tarnish your name and reputation so that nobody knows. Do you know what I mean? It's mad. Like, and then my ex-boyfriend, when we first met in uni, was like, "Oh, I really like girls that are Spanish." You see where this one's going, Mark?
Yeah.
Yeah. I really like girls that are Spanish. I'm really into Latinas. Yeah. Naturally, obviously, I'm pissed every day anyway. What difference does it make? Well, I just didn't mention it before, but I am actually a Latina. If he'd have said to me, I actually only fancy people that read the Billy Groats Gruff every night, I'd have been like, well, shall I tell you what's under my bridge? Do you know what I mean? Like, it was bad. Like, I was so into people pleasing people and so pissed every day. Reality's not a thing.
No.
When we split up, I remember sitting there sober because about a year later, I was pregnant with my son. Less than that. And I remember sitting there thinking, what the fuck did you just do for 3 years? You know,
mad, isn't it?
Sat in the bath, pregnant with my son, and I'm like, what have you done? Like, there is someone out there that believes that you are Spanish and that you have family in the mafia. What did you do that for? And it's just like, it just didn't make any sense. And it's mad. Yeah. Drink will make you an absolute gobshite. Drugs make you an absolute gobshite. People pleasing though.
Yeah. That's the killer.
That's the horse that literally shagged the back.
Yeah.
It's got shagged the billy goat's gruff.
Yeah.
That is the horse that shagged the billy goat's gruff.
Yeah.
It's bad, isn't it? It's horrible. But now I don't. I often think, I bet he watches my stuff and thinks, "Are you a sleeper agent?
Yeah.
Why have you been 11 people in the last 9 years? Mad, innit? Right, should we get some DMs read? It's time to cry in the DMs. That's to check no one's fucking name was on the back of it then. GDPR! We've got a few today. We're going to read them out, going to give you some advice, and also we're going to judge you. It's your fault for sending in your DMs. Don't forget, guys, if you want your DMs to be a part of next week's podcast, all you have to do is come cry in the DMs. Look at that. That's me. Right. Okay, long story short. I had a baby with my ex-partner's best friend of 15 years.
Wild.
Don't know about you, but that smells like a snake to me. Slithery. I split up with the partner in question, we'll call him Bill, in 2023 after 5 years together because he was boring, unhygienic, and wasted my teens and early 20s. Oh! We're pulling all the punches now, aren't we? He then became homeless, so me being nice... I let him live with me. But the rules were he had to leave me alone, and it was strictly a friendship. Would you let your ex live with you?
No.
Oh. No.
Suspect.
Suspicious. Now, I understand he was homeless. Yeah. Did he not have any friends, any family, anywhere else he could have gone? This seems like it's a recipe for disaster. Yeah. He then brought his best friend around. We'll call him Bob. We'd all have a drink and talk about the old days and just have a laugh. Till he fell asleep on the couch one night in the living room and, well, you know, we got it on in the kitchen. Let's get it on.
It always happens in the kitchen.
Always in the kitchen. Nothing good ever happens in the kitchen. Oh, bet they had one of those plates without a butty on it as well. Fast forward a few months, we were still seeing each other on the low, constantly staying with each other, but hiding it from the world for privacy. These hoes ain't loyal. I then got caught pregnant, which we still kept to ourselves, until my ex-partner's nephew, who we'll call Ben, there's always a fucking Ben in it.
Yeah.
There's always a fucking Ben, told him I was pregnant to his best friend. A few months later, I'd given birth to our son, and for the next day after, Bill found out it was Bob's son because of Ben. I found out through all this that Bob cheated on me and used me and slept with me, and Ben got involved, which was immoral. Do not keep your circles as close as your enemies. Stay the fuck away from your friends' exes, partners, or future friends. Karma is definitely a bitch. I'm still dealing with him. Unfortunately, he's now got a baby to someone else, but my son is my biggest blessing. Cardi B! That was a lot, that.
That was a wild one.
That was a wild one. So in short, she shagged her fella's best mate, and then her fella's best mate cheated on her, and now she's got a kid to her fella's best mate, and Bob's still homeless. Is Bob homeless? What's happened to Bob?
Where's Bob?
Where's Bob?
Put a poster out.
Justice for Bob. Yeah, no. Ooh. I mean, my only advice to that would be, I understand it's very tempting when you're in a relationship that is not fulfilling your needs to go and sleep with his best mate. But you shouldn't. And when you do something like that, you're setting yourself up for failure, because actually people are friends with people that like them.
Yeah. And if the lad's best mate is willing to do this to his best mate, then what kind of moral compass is he following? Do you know what I mean?
They're all sharing the same moral compass here.
Yeah.
Probably sharing the same...
People pleasing. Trying to make each other happy.
Mentality.
Yeah.
They're sharing the same mentality. Probably 3 for 1 on a... They're sharing the same. Yeah. Everyone's sharing. But sharing is not always caring, especially when it comes to your drugs, your alcohol, or your bird. Don't do it. Oh, God. I hope you're okay. Hope the baby's safe. And I hope you don't sleep with either of them ever again. Let's move on to the next one. Hi, Sara. Here are some horrendous things my ex did to me whilst maintaining 4 different relationships. This is spicy. Yeah.
Starts
Did
off
better
strong.
than me there.
Yeah.
I think the most I've ever had is 2 at once. That's a joke. Okay. He denied their existence for a very long time, and even when I caught him in a picture with her, it said, "Are you sure that's me?" I said, "Given the fact she posted you 5 days ago and you like the post, I'm sure it's you." But that wasn't enough to break up with him, as I was entirely indoctrinated. When I did eventually find out about lady number 3, he said, please don't tell her about you. She's just lost her dad. It would break her. Oh, man's trying. When I did message her, she asked me for evidence, and it turned out her dad hadn't died.
Shocker.
I have a dead dad. Cut this long story short, here is a list of things I found out he'd done with 4/5 of us at the same time. But there was a month between one meeting us, so she doesn't count. Why are we leaving her out for? Include her! Got one girl pregnant. Oh, mate. Got one girl pregnant, then sat in a pub with me, officiating our relationship while she was miscarrying on her own.
He's a keeper.
Dirty bitch. Oh, no, I mean him.
No,
He's the
him.
dirty bitch.
Yeah.
Horrible, horrible, horrible bloke. At Christmas, he got each girlfriend to pick out presents for each other under the guise of them being for his mum, nan, or sister-in-law. Imagine you choose somebody else's like knicker and bra set. What are you getting your nan that for?
That is pretty smart, to be fair, on his part.
Mark. It is, though, isn't it? It's pretty intelligent. He's like, I don't know what these girls like.
The hardest thing to do is pick something for a woman, so you might as well have your mistress picking it for you.
You've got to utilise the people you've got in your life.
Yeah.
It's keeping the circle close. Imagine though, you'd be like, oh, I love that top, babes. Yeah, no, you picked it for me. You can all swap gifts. Do you have a group chat? Can I join?
Secret Santa.
Oh my God, it is Secret Santa,
Yeah,
isn't it?
Yeah. They just don't know about it.
That's it. That's what makes it secret.
Santa.
Secret.
The secretest Santa.
The most secret Santa. Oh, okay, number 3. Pretended to have COVID so he could go on a cruise for 2 weeks. Under the pretense he had to self-isolate so he could choose his favourite girlfriend and block the rest of us. Nothing beats a Jet 2 holiday. Number 4. At the light show he was at with me, he told one of the girls his mum's shop had been broken into, which is why he wasn't answering his phone. The punchline was he later tried to convince me it had happened and that he had to wrestle a burglar and had forgotten he was actually with me that night. It's that superhero complex. I'd have done that 7 years ago.
Yeah. Tripping over your own lies as well.
No, 10 years ago, I'd have believed that. I'd have told that line. I'd have believed it. I'd be like, I wrestled him to the floor while he had a machete.
Yeah.
And did I mention there was an old lady and a baby there? Oh, God. Got a mortgage with a girl who pretty much paid the entire thing while he laid in bed texting all the rest of us. The man put his name on a house with a mistress. You're looking thick now, bruv.
I want to know what this guy looks like.
I feel like we need a picture of him.
I know, yeah.
We need to know who this is.
Who's able to get 4 women and pull this off?
5.
5
One
women?
doesn't count because she was a month later.
Oh, yeah.
Sent me selfies of him in one girlfriend's bed under the guise he was staying at his nan's. Wow. Oh, man's got nans. Man's got all the nans. Oh, and to round it all off, one of the girls, after all this, realised she was pregnant, so she stayed with him. And later on, when I spoke to her, he cheated on her the night she gave birth.
Not surprised.
Who is this man?
No.
I feel like we need to get the old boys back together. Give them all off and go. Needless to say, as soon as the first one materialised, I was out of it. 4 years on, I've had a ton of therapy, as I cannot trust anyone. But I'll leave you with something my aunt said to me, which was the cherry on the cake. It could have been much worse. Imagine he'd gotten you all pregnant.
Yeah.
That's true.
That is true.
Would have been the start of a beautiful cult.
Yeah.
Move over, Mormons. Right, this one says, it's a hell of a story. Strap yourself in. My ex, the father of my child, shagged my best mate in May last year. I found out the next day because she told me. Well, at least she's a girl's girl.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, you know. She might have sat on it, but then she did rat on it. You know what I mean? I then go on to find out that they've been having an affair since my son was a newborn. In the past, when I found out he kissed someone else, I vented to her about it, and clearly she felt this was time to audition to be the next side piece. Dirty bitch. Oh, I found out he cheated at least 14 times during our 10-year relationship. That's more than one a year, that.
Yeah.
It's hard graph, that.
Yep.
Mm.
It's not 4 to 5 at once, though, is it?
No, it's not 4 or 5 at once. Come on, brother. Do better.
Step your game up, mate.
Do better. The stress set off severe neurological symptoms and put me in hospital. I found out I had a blockage in my spinal cord because my brain was falling out. I've just had neurosurgery last week to correct this, which thank God was successful. But my baby's dad has been crying in my DMs about how he doesn't want to pay child support and asking for it back while I recover as an inpatient on the neurosurgery ward. I'm excited to hear your take on this. I hate him. Male perspective, please, Mark.
I don't even know what to say.
It's a lot, that, isn't it?
Yeah.
Imagine your missus has brain surgery and you go, look, I want me £3.75 a week back.
I know. Yeah.
And I want it now.
Scumbag.
I need it for
Yeah.
my 10 winter blue. I think the only opinion we can have on that geezer is that he's the one that needs neurological surgery.
Yeah. What about the best friend though as well? Do you know what I mean? Yeah, she's got a big part to play in that too. Do you know what I mean?
Best friend's a rat.
Yeah.
That's not your best mate.
No.
Betrayal always hurts more from a best mate, doesn't
Of
it?
course, yeah.
I mean, from your partner, that sounds awful. You sort of, sometimes you semi-expect it. You expect people to rat you in that sense. But when it's your best mate, you're like,
Yeah.
brother.
Exactly. If your fella's cheating on you with someone you don't know, that's one thing, isn't it?
Yeah, yeah.
But someone you're going to, you're seeing on a daily basis, you're texting, you're talking to, you're confiding in,
Yeah.
and then they're doing the dirty on you.
You're speaking to them all day, every day. Your best friend becomes like your sister.
Yeah.
You know, or your brother in your case, you know. A lot of my friends growing up were lads.
Yeah.
Because I just couldn't trust women anyway.
Yeah.
But also because I was a bit of a slag. Just put it bluntly, that's why. And I remember getting my first girl best mate.
Yeah.
God, that hurt. That hurt when she like did the dirty, because I was like, whoa. I thought we were like Hannah Montana and Lily.
Was she done it to you, did she?
Yeah. My first best mate, she royally fucked me over. Yeah. And then the second one, and then the third one. And then you sit and you think, what the fuck is wrong with you all? Right? And the worst is, I find they will accuse you of doing that shit to them and then do it to you. As soon as someone starts saying to me, you ratting me, you talking about me, you're doing this, I think you're grassing on yourself. Because I know my character, right? And I know I wouldn't do that to you.
Yeah.
You're grassing on yourself. The worst was I came home and I've caught my ex. Yeah. So I've actually got a reel about this, right?
Yeah.
So I found out that my ex was basically seeing my best mate at the time. I had a suspicion. And this is going to sound vile, but my bed smelled weird.
Yeah.
Right? It smelled weird. And then I was in hers one time. We were getting ready to go for a night out and her bed smelled the same.
Yeah.
Can't explain it. It's that little, it's little shit like that, right? And she was constantly had water infections, constantly had like BV. Dirty bitch. No, that's it. And like she was constantly like, she had issues down there. And there was a certain smell that I associated with her, especially when she was on. Like, and I mean, when girls are on, you know yourself, looking into this sort of stuff, we have a scent. Yeah. You know, we're like dogs, we can smell each other. You know what I mean? And I could smell that particular smell on my bedding. And that is what made me think, I know what's going on here. There's no other reason why you would be in bed, right? So I pretended to go to work or whatever, and then I went and sat in the shed. Yeah. And I was surrounded by like Nobby's nuts and like I was just sat in the shed for ages. And I had a phone and an iPad. Yeah. And I positioned the iPad in the bedroom slightly behind the telly so I could see from the shed. And I was watching them, and I watched them come in, I watched them talk, I watched them get into the bed, and then I ran all the way from the shed to the house. Because I've been in the shed for so long, I was dying for a piss. I was absolutely dying for a piss. So when I jumped onto the fucking bed like a loony, I pissed all over them. And like to this day, they have never let it go. Like she will literally tell people, "Oh, my ex-mate, she tried to jump me and she pissed on me." Tell them the full story. Tell them you were pants down to your ankles in my bed, and that's why you got slashed on, you slag. Like literally, and I remember thinking, shit, I'm weeing. But at this point, I had the moral high ground, so I wasn't about to stop the flow. Do you know what I mean? It was just, have it, you slags. And they had it. Yeah. Then they rang the police on me.
Did they?
Yeah.
What happened there?
Well, I spent a little while in the older cells.
Did you?
Yeah, got out. They didn't press any charges.
No.
It was the diving on them, frantically punching the air and pissing that I think did it.
It's a bad day, mate.
You cannot assault someone and wee on them at the same time. She ran outside the house with my top on. And rang the police and was like, I've just been assaulted.
Is this in your house? Yeah.
Yeah, this was in my house.
Wow.
And then the police came and they were like, we are going to have to take you because you have admitted to assault. Because when they said to me, did you, windmill her and wee on her? I was like, yes, I did. And you could tell the policewoman, she sort of looked like she was like, fair play. Yeah. She was looking at me like, you silly it's like, I knew I wasn't going to get arrested for it because I knew she weren't going to press charges. Because if heaven forbid, she'd have tried to press charges for that. Yeah. Oh, it wouldn't have been worth it.
No.
Because I would have been like, well, if you're going to press charges, now I'm going to go 10 times worse. Because I was very unhinged at the time. So I knew she wasn't going to press any charges. And I knew she actually would have felt bad about it now that I'd found out. And I knew what kind of person she was. She wasn't bad to the core.
Yeah.
She was just, she liked men.
Yeah.
And I think she used to get a kick out of other people's men. Which is something a lot of my clients have suffered with in the past. You know, when someone is unobtainable and then they want you, it makes you feel special.
Yeah.
No, it wasn't entirely her fault.
Yeah.
He had to put the nodder on. Do you know what I mean?
Of course.
And but yeah, no, we did speak after it. We had a conversation after it where she basically said, "I'm sorry, it's like that thing, innit? You've lost your house for your hotel of the night.
For sure, yeah.
You know, you chose the bloke that had no loyalty to anyone, including his mother.
Yeah, yeah.
You lost your best mate of years.
Yeah.
And she's getting married now. She's actually engaged and all the rest of it. No, fingers crossed she doesn't have any mates.
Yeah. Who's the maid of honor?
Yeah, oh, fuck knows who's the maid of honor. Oh, it's me. And I'm coming on heat.
Plot twist.
Plot twist. Sara comes to the wedding. I object. Why? Because I've been seeing him. I've not. Before anyone starts the conspiracy theories now, that is not a sign. Watch me get sued.
Yeah.
Because of you. Right, let's read the next DM. Just a pre-warning before I read these, the next DMs do contain themes of suicidal ideation and manipulation. So if you are going to be triggered by any of that, please pause now or turn the video off completely. Go and get yourself a glass of water, have a little wiggle, go for a wee, do what you want to do. But don't watch this if you're going to be triggered. And if you do watch it, don't fucking blame me. I'll start with one and work on the buffet. After having him oh, shit. I'll start with one. After having him charged for domestic violence, I let him back thinking it was just a mental health episode. Damn. I felt sorry for him on his birthday and he asked to come over because he had nobody else. Stupidity got the better of me and I even put out for his birthday. For those of you who need that translated, she allowed him to eat her birthday cake. At 1 a.m, the next morning, he wakes up wanting more. I declined in my sleep and rolled over, to which he woke me again saying, I really need to talk, my head isn't right. I told him it's way too early/late and I need sleep and we'll talk in the morning. Well, apparently not. He carried on like a toddler until I got out of bed, him moaning about his poor cock. I stood my ground and said, no, that's manipulation. So he looked me right in the eyes, grabbed a single-edged brand new razor and cut his own arm up.
Wow.
Woo! Down to the bone. I turned and grabbed a paper towel and told him not to get a drop on my new carpet. Girl, come on. This is where humor's like coping mechanism, isn't it? Like you jump straight into like, oh God, don't get it on the carpet. Like, you can imagine that situation, can't you? You're not even like, you can't even think properly. To which he asked for a bandage. I gave him a couple and a box of gauze. He wrapped himself up and I asked if he'd like me to order him an Uber. He declined and after 4 more drinks, walked out and rang his friend to ask him to go to hospital. He had surgery for nerve damage and I got a call the next day saying, I don't know what your problem is. You say you like horror movies. Oh, wow. Heavy. There's no follow-up to that.
That's it.
That's it. That's the whole DM. I mean, people do tend to hurt themselves to manipulate other people.
Of course, yeah.
So have you had it? Have you ever had someone threaten to off-ski just to get your attention?
No.
Fair enough.
It was probably the other way around. Me threatening to do myself.
To off-ski, yeah.
Some of your missus would keep me saying, if you don't take me back, I'm going to kill myself. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, you were doing the off-skiing.
Yeah, me pity party. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, a little pity party. It's mad though, isn't it?
Yeah.
Because you think like, he actually went and sliced his arm up.
Yeah, that is heavy.
The desperation that Geese must have been going through is mad. But that's what, again, it's people pleasing, it's surrounding yourself with the wrong people because clearly he was begging for this woman. He didn't want him.
No.
Didn't want him.
No.
He'd done too much to her. He'd burnt the bridge. And yet he was forcing himself back into her life because he was thinking, if she likes me, that gives me reason to be again. That gives me purpose. Instead of just thinking, you know what, I'm going to go work on myself, find people that appreciate me. Yeah. That poor man's probably still got, you know what I mean? Poor girl as well. Do you know what I mean? She had to deal with it. But that poor man is obviously probably still got the scars from the night that instead of thinking about bettering himself, he wanted the validation and attention of a woman that didn't want him.
No.
And she probably still has the scars from watching the geezer that she did love at one point beg to come back into her life and then slice himself up.
Emotional blackmail, innit?
It is, mate. That's heavy. That's heavy. Right, let's do one more and then we'll finish up. Okay. So I've been on about 4 dates with this guy. Let's call him Larry. He invited me to his flat approximately March time. In brackets, this is relevant to the story. Okay. Sat outside with a horrible gut feeling I should have trusted. Anyway, ignored it as you do. Walked into the kitchen. Nothing good ever happens in the kitchen.
Good in the kitchen. Stay out of the kitchen.
Stay out of the kitchen. Let's just say I've seen cleaner trap dens. She's a trap queen. Da, 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 da. Front room consisted of an upside down Xmas tree in March. I've been there, to be fair.
Yeah.
I actually think I had my birthday presents still all over the floor at Christmas. My birthday's in July. But not because it was a trap den, just because I'm a lazy bitch. Yeah. The night went downhill from there. Couldn't get any worse. We were talking when he asked me if I'd let him make money. I said I'd rather make my own money, me being the independent woman I am. Well, that startled him and he was like, why? I said, go on then. I said, go on then. How? He said, can you give me money and I'll flip it? This is a Bitcoin broski, innit?
Yeah.
This is... I said, how are you flipping it? He said, I can't tell you. And I laughed out loud and said, who's dumb enough to give you money if you won't tell them how you're flipping it? I got up to leave and he jumped in front of me, wouldn't let me leave. He smacked me on the way out the lot, telling me to sit down, crazy man. I thought, right, this is now a hostage situation. So I played smart and rolled with it. Everywhere I went, including the toilet, he followed me, and I managed to send a message to my friend asking for help. In the end, the police tracked my phone and turned up 6 hours later. I could have been buried at this point. Wow. They did a DBS check. What the fuck? In his room, which came back clean. Safe to say I never saw him again. Long story short, he has issues when every woman leaves and blamed it on his mummy. Imagine you go for a date at someone's little trap flat and they start talking about flipping your money and then won't let you leave.
I don't even know how you get in those kind of situations.
I'll tell you
that's a wild one.
Tinder. Know how many flats I went to back in the day? I could have been murdered, mutilated. Yeah. The minute someone was like, yeah, I've got a bottle of wine here for you, I'd be like, all right.
I'm glad I missed the Tinder. That was before my time.
You missed Tinder?
Yeah, I missed Tinder. I was already settled down before that popped out.
Oh, I didn't miss Tinder. Yeah. And I don't miss Tinder. Just for reference. I love Tinder.
Still there waiting, mate.
It's still there waiting, and I will always. No, I used to put, again, mad shit on my Tinder bio. Yeah. I'd be like, doctor, age 19. Got my own speedboat. Yeah. Shit like that. But I probably could have been in a lot of scary situations, you know.
Yeah.
I remember going to this one fella's house, and it was like a flat in Toxteth. It was in Toxteth. And it was in a really large building, you know, like the big long building.
I know what you mean. I lived right by there.
Yeah. And I walked up the stairs and like there were people shouting in rooms and that. And I was like, oh, have you got your own flat? And he was like, no, I live with my family. Yeah. And I went into the room, which is all it was, by the way. This is one big room, effectively. And I was like, oh, you're right. He's like, this is me auntie, this is me cousin, this is me nan. And I was like, fucking hell. Literally everyone was there. And he was like, well, go sit in my room. And his room was quite literally like a box with a bed in it and a telly opposite it. That was it. And then he was like, do you want to do bits? I was like, mate, your whole family is there between this cardboard wall. Do you know what I mean? It's like having a, you know, when you're in hospital, you've got the curtains. That is literally what it felt like. I could hear his nan sip her tea through the wall and he wanted to give me a little fondle. And I was like, I don't think this is possible. In fact, I believe my nan's just died and I need to go home. You know the one. But yeah, it's mad, isn't it?
Yeah.
Oh, crazy. But yeah, that could have been a dangerous situation.
100%.
Just used to getting cars with anyone.
Yeah.
Well, just cars with everyone.
Yeah.
I need your take on something, right? I'm going to finish up in a minute, but I want your take on something, right? At 15, right, and 14, I used to think it was so cool to date older lads. And the next episode is actually all about, well, it's actually going to be called Your Mates Are Nonce. I've got a really cool guest star coming on, a really cool lady that didn't realise she was a lot older.
Yeah.
These people are weird as fuck. Now, obviously, you're a lad.
Yeah.
So you'll have had lad mates that, you know, they do chat to the young birds and that.
Yeah.
What's your take on it?
I think it's strange.
It's weird, isn't it?
Yeah. So if I can give you an example. So I was working as a personal trainer. I remember training like an older fella who's older than me. I'm 42, so he would have been in his 40s at the time anyway. But then young girls walking back, no, not dead young, but even 18 years old, and then like saying stuff inappropriate. But I'm like, they literally look like kids to me. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I remember being on the streets when I lived in Harewood as a kid, and then there'd be girls who were in school jumping in cars with lads who
that was me.
who had
That was
long
me.
left and that. And I'm like, but at the time, you don't think nothing of it.
But why don't we think nothing of it? That's the thing. Why is it so normalised? Because it took me to literally 26, 27 to realise, hold on, I think my first boyfriend was a nonce.
Yeah.
Like, hold on, there's something wrong. And it literally had to hit me like a train.
Well, I know for me anyway, especially if you're a scared lad and you're intimidated by girls, and those girls who are jumping in the cars are normally the ones who are the ones you want to get with. So you want to be that.
All the bad boys want.
You want to be that predator. You want to be the lad in the car getting the girls. I'm saying that's what you think at the time, don't you?
Backseat not editing that out.
No, but you know what I mean.
Yeah, no, exactly.
Not now, but when you're that lad, you want to be the lad who's got a car. You want to be 3-4 years older.
You want to be the dirty nonce in the van.
You want to be the dirty nonce.
Is that really like what goes through your head as a lad when you're seeing these girls getting these cars? You're like, God, I'm so jealous of that boss man in the car.
Yeah, do you know what I mean? You want to be him. Do you know what I mean? You think he's living the life. He probably just had a standard job because he's got a car and he's mobile. And the girls of your age want to jump. And look, as you know yourself, girls are more mature in general than lads. So when you're younger, those girls want to be with lads on the same wavelength.
Well, I would argue that there's a problem if a 28-year-old lad is on the same wavelength as a 15-year-old girl. Though.
100%,
Do you know what I mean?
yeah.
You don't realise it at the time. You're just like, oh, my boyfriend's so mature. For example, I was 14, right?
Yeah.
My boyfriend was 19.
Yeah.
That's a pedo. Yeah. That's a fucking pedo. And you don't even realise it. Because so he used to he used to send me songs that reminded me of him, right? And he would always deny being my boyfriend if anyone asked. It was just like a secret thing, you know, Romeo and Juliet, if Romeo and Juliet were nonsense.
Yeah.
And he used to send me this song, Ollie Murs, Troublemaker. Yeah. Right? And I'd be like, what? Why are you sending me that for? He'd be like, because Ollie Murs reminds me of you because you're a troublemaker. If anyone found out about us, I'd get in trouble.
Yeah.
And I didn't even clock on then. Yeah. And I was like, I'm being sent this Ollie Murs song. And I'm like, wow, he thinks about me.
Yeah.
He loves me. He's sending me songs that remind him of the fact he's a nonce. You don't clock it though, do you? Nah. And then you get older and you go, hold on, of course he was sending me Troublemaker.
Of course, yeah.
If I'd have told anybody this fella had seen my gash,
I
mean, he'd it's crazy, but then you don't realise it. Another one of my mates had a fella that was 32. Yeah. 32 at 15. Yeah. And like she'd drive around with him in his van and go and do jobs with him, and she looked like his daughter. Yeah.
And talking about that, like that's the scariest thought for me. We're having 2 young daughters, that you're gonna have these lads that are like willing to.
I wouldn't fuck with you, mate. Don't worry. I think that's safe.
Encroach on younger girls. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. It's terrifying, isn't it? And you've got to educate them and be like, look, it's not a compliment. Yeah. No, if they say that you're mature for your age, it ain't a compliment. No. If they say, oh God, you've got such a strong head on your shoulders, it ain't a compliment. No. You shouldn't have that strong head on your shoulders. You shouldn't have the emotional maturity that you think you have. That emotional maturity is a reaction to stress and trauma. And that geezer that is telling you that you're mature for your age actually means you're easily manipulated. Yeah. Right? You're about to be very pliable for me. Course. And because I'm telling you you're mature, you're going to naturally not want to react like a kid. Yeah. So when I hurt you and I upset you, you're going to try and react in a mature way. Yeah. So that's going to stop me being found out as well. You know, I used to think it was just me that this geezer was seeing when I was 14, 15. And it took me until last year to actually other people start coming forward. Yeah. And we're like, I was seeing him too. Yeah. So like you weren't just dating one person that you had feelings for and whatnot that you could in your head excuse. Yeah. You were targeting young girls. Yeah. And they were young girls that you were picking up in your car, brother. In your car from school, in your car from the shops, from the college. And, you know, as soon as I hit 16, that was it. Yeah. I was anybody's muff. Do you know what I mean? That was it. And I didn't realise, like, hold on, this hypersexualization when you're younger does make you weirdly okay with just being used because you confuse intensity for intimacy. Of course, and anybody that sees your gash is close enough for you to believe it's intimacy when it's just intensity. And half the time they've not even cleaned under the fucking fingernails. Now you've got BV, everybody's crying, there's a Facebook status about you, but at least you're on someone's BBM name with a heart for a night. Mad, innit?
Yeah.
As a dad,
Yeah.
what advice would you give to any young girl watching, crying in the DMs, that has an older gentleman giving her those kinds of compliments at the minute?
Stay away. Do you know what I mean? Yeah, look, all I can do for my own girls is just try and give them the emotional support that they need. Because I feel like those lads who are getting these girls in the car, they're going for vulnerability, isn't it? Do you know what I mean? Young girls that maybe, I don't know, they're looking for something
More.
Looking for something more, but in the wrong places. Do you know what I mean? So
Addiction's anything that takes you away from yourself.
exactly. Do
They
you know what I mean?
become addicted
Yeah.
to the lifestyle and
Yeah.
addicted to making something.
No, exactly.
What advice would you give to somebody right now that's watching this and they're struggling with any kind of addiction, be that the addiction of substance, the addiction of people pleasing, or the addiction of, just escapism?
Yeah, I'd just say, listen, you're worth it. Reach out, ask for help. It doesn't matter what path you go down in recovery. There's different options out there. Reach out, ask for help, get advice, and listen. Remember, life is short. Don't waste it hiding your feelings. Listen, there's a good expression saying, when you get sober, the bad thing is you get your feelings back, but the good thing is you get your feelings back. The bad thing is you get your feelings back.
Yeah.
And how amazing is it today to be able to feel raw emotion?
Yeah,
When life goes wrong, sit with it, process it, move past it.
Have your whinge.
Have your whinge. Yeah. Shake that steering wheel while you're driving, beeping at people. Do you know what I mean? Let it out. Do you know what I
Scream
mean?
out the window, wanker!
Yeah.
Learn how to drive your Toyota, wanker!
Exactly. Do you know what I mean?
That's not something we recommend you do.
No.
No, I agree. I think life is too short. And one thing that I've learned through my job in helping people to get through their shame and get through their anxiety, because I call my entire coaching the anti-shame shift with Saz, right?
Yeah.
Because it is just getting away from your shame. People think they wear their heart on their sleeve, and we don't.
Yeah.
We wear our shame on our sleeve.
Yeah.
We treat everybody in accordance to our own shame at every point.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter if you're ashamed of who you've been,
Yeah.
what you do, what you want to do.
Yeah.
You are wearing that shame thick and fast, and people can see it.
Of course.
Even if you think they can't see it, they can see it.
Yeah.
They know when you're people pleasing, they know when you're lying. They just don't say it because it benefits them.
Yeah. And do you know what I think as well? Within ourselves, we have our problems that are if they're a big deal to us, they are a big deal.
Yeah.
But we hyperinflate them. And
Huge.
there's nothing I could tell you now that would probably shock you. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But in my head, I've made it up to it's the
Massive.
worst thing in the world.
Big thing.
And once I was on my journey of clearing out everything inside, I was telling my sponsor stuff that I thought he was never going to hear. And then when I told him and I realised that, guess what? It's, sound. And do you know what I mean? He gave me a little feedback or something that happened in his life. But guess what? All the pain and tension that I was holding on to was gone.
Yeah.
Just let it go. Find someone you trust,
That's it.
that you 100% can trust, and tell them.
That's why my clients come to me, genuinely, because they're like, you're not going to judge me because you literally tell everyone how you used to be a horror.
Relating.
Yeah. And I'm like, of course I tell everyone how I used to be a horror. Of course I tell everyone how I used to fuck up, how I used to, take things, drink things, do things, behave in a certain way, chat bare shit. Because I want you to be able to come to me and go, this person's never going to judge me. And also, if you don't need to come to me, you can also just watch my stuff and go, hey, I've been like that. It's not that bad, is it?
No.
I have clients that come to me and they go, you're going to judge me for this. And I go, I've never judged a soul in my life.
Yeah.
Right? Because the only person that could judge my soul is a big guy.
Yeah.
So why would I judge yours, right? They're not going to ask me about your sins. They're going to ask me about mine.
Exactly.
And if I've already answered to all mine, I'm all right. I'm getting in the gate. I've got a VIP ticket, right? And a lot of my clients say to me, I really thought you were going to judge that. I had a lady a couple of months back, obviously not going to give her name, GDPR and whatnot, and don't want to get sued. She came to me, she said, look, I've been dating a married man for the last 6 years.
Yeah.
I want to tell his wife, I want to be with him.
Yeah.
Don't judge me. But I have started dating his son. I said, what? She said, he wouldn't let me be with him publicly.
Yeah.
He kept giving me every single excuse. Basically, her and his son work in the same, not the same building, but the same industry.
Yeah.
So when they swap offices and whatnot, like they met up and whatnot, and she started sleeping with his son. And I was like, whoa, like this is a lot, but babes, I'm not judging you. I just think we have to work on your level of respect now.
Yeah.
Because not only are you letting your self-esteem, your low self-esteem lead you into yet another perilous situation that you're never going to win at the end of it, right? The situation could be you fall in love with his son, you end up with him as a father-in-law. Yeah. Or you end up with him and now you've shagged his son. You've literally put yourself into a catch-22. Yeah. Look at why you've done that. You want out of this situation, right? You clearly want out because you've self-destructed yourself to the point where you have no choice but out, right?
Yeah.
And sometimes that's what we do in life. We put ourselves into the corner so much that we have no choice but get out.
Yeah.
Right. And she went through her coaching. She did 14 weeks with me in total. She got rid of the son. She got rid of the dad. And funnily enough, he's now got rid of his wife.
Yeah.
You know, because now that he hasn't got that person to go to get the sexual side of things, to get the emotional side of things, he's finally ready to admit he's not happy with his wife. And he's going to let that woman go and live her life too, to her full potential. So I think just to finish up today, whatever situation you're in, however you're behaving, however you feel you are being treated in this world in accordance to your sins, you know, you wear your shame on your sleeve.
Yeah.
And in wearing your shame on your sleeve, you are treating everybody else in accordance to the things that you're ashamed of. Yeah. When actually, shame actually only exists in a place where pride is silenced. Yeah, yeah. You're proud of yourself for anything, even the little things like getting out of bed, brushing your teeth, wiping your bum, anything. If you can allow that pride to overtake the shame don't live there anymore. No, that's it. Any finishing thought from you, Marky? Mark the Minge Man.
No, listen, just, pleasure to being asked to come on it.
Pleasure doing business with you.
Yeah, completely out of my comfort zone, do you know what I mean?
I think you've done amazing.
Last minute thing, but no, look, do you know what I mean? You're in the industry, you're helping people, do you know what I mean? That's how I live my life today. Like, I believe that we're all put here, assigned to live the roles that were assigned to us by the big man, do you know what I mean?
The big man.
Yeah. And
Big Daddy Naz.
Exactly. And I think mine's helping people. So I became a dietitian. So I help people in recovery, similar to yourself, do you know what I mean? So we're saying that, if anyone's out there struggling, again, don't hold on to it. Don't lock yourself away. Open up. Everybody has something going on, haven't they? Do you know what I mean? Everyone's got their own crap, but we look at social media, we see all the highlights.
Oh.
We don't see. Like,
spend a horrible day with me that I'm going to pretend is lovely.
Exactly. Well, hey, so people listen, look, I was a liar, a thief, a cheat, a scumbag. That's my past, do you know what I mean? Yeah. But it's not today. But like I said, I feel like my thinking and my thought process, left to its own devices, is still as toxic as it was last time I drank and drugged. But today, I just try and do stuff. Look, I personally follow the Bible as a guidance on how to live my life. And what I always say to people is, that doesn't mean you have to believe in God or Jesus as the
Believe in yourself.
As the Son of God. It's just a book on how to live your life. Do you know what I mean?
That's it.
Yeah, just a little bit of guidance. Do the right thing.
How not to be a wanker.
How not to be a wanker. How not to be a dickhead. Yeah. And just put other people first.
That's it. I mean? If we all act like we're brothers and sisters, we become one big family.
Of course.
One big inbred house of smiles.
Yeah. Life's a living, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
It's short.
It's short. It's sweet.
Yeah.
Don't forget, if you want your story read out and crying in the DMs, or you want to partake in crying in the DMs and sit where our Mark was sat today, all you've got to do is send me a DM, starting with crying in the DM. And for anyone watching, where can we find Mark on social media?
So I'm on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok. So I've got Mark Tumman RD.
Can we spell it?
So Mark Tumman, MarkTummon RD. That's TikTok, Facebook, and Instagram. That's where I am putting information I'm finding on women's health. As I learn, putting out there so you can find it. And then,
so mega. And
then my online coaching Instagram for like fitness and health is MT Fitness and Wellbeing, one word.
That's MT Fitness and Wellbeing. Yeah, thanks for coming on today, Mark. Really appreciated it. Guys, the next episode will be in 7 days. Thank you very much for joining me on Valentine's Day for the first episode of Crying in the DMs. Next week's episode is all about, is your mate a nonce? Fingers crossed not, but some of you might watch it and go, oh, shit. But yeah, thank you very much from me, from Mark, from all the ladies and gentlemen in the DMs. It's been a fucking pleasure.